Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. We were talking about our great being, the Supreme Buddha, in our last episode too, based on Acharya Manuso, the Lukusaminasa recently taught, and you have the translation too. If you remember, we had a good conversation about the first discourse of the Supreme Buddha last week. Do you remember? What was the name of the first discourse of the Supreme Buddha, Dinudaham? Diana.
The first discourse was the Dhamma Pavattana Sutta.
Very good. After the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the setting in motion the wheel of Dhamma, the Bhante Kondanya attained the first stage of the enlightenment, which is called a stream entry or Sotapanna. Do you remember? And that Bhante asked for the ordination from the Supreme Buddha, and the Buddha gave the ordination. Bhante Kondanya became stream entrant. Do you remember? And then after this, the beautiful discourse, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, if you remember. Do you remember how many devas, how many brahmas came to listen to this beautiful discourse? How many devas, how many brahmas?
10 million sermons?
Yeah, Hero, yes?
1,080 million.
1,018. Kemi?
80 million?
18 million. Senon? Dimal? Sandesh? Subodh?
180 million sermons?
180 million. 180 million from the 10,000-fold world system came to listen to this discourse, the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. Do you remember? And all of them became fortunate to understand the Dhamma from the Supreme Buddha when they listened to this Dhamma very first time. When one person, the Bhante Kondanya, became stream entrant, 180 million devas became stream entrant. And then we will talk something from that point too. If you remember, those devas, those Brahma beings came to the Supreme Buddha to listen to this beautiful discourse. And from the devas from the earth to until the Akaniktaka Brahma world, they listened to this Dhamma. And 10,000-fold world system devas came. So when the Buddha was preaching this beautiful Dhamma talk, the two devas, actually they were Yakkas. Yakkas are kind of divine beings. Yakkas are like demons, but they have psychic potencies. They are wise, but they are Yakkas. They are like demons, but they can understand the Dhamma. They were two friends. And one of them was attending to the Supreme Buddha's first discourse of Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. While he was listening to this first sermon of the Supreme Buddha, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, he was thinking about his friend. Oh, my friend did not come to listen to the beautiful voice of the Supreme Buddha today. If he were here, that would be amazing. He was thinking about that too. This is that discourse we are going to talk about. After the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, where did the Buddha Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta held Sandesh? Where was this, the place?
Sha
Oh yes, someone else? Dihan, Subodha, Kemet,
answer. Isipatan.
Isipatana Migadai, the deer pocket Isipatana Migadai. After this discourse, Buddha closed his eyes. And then on the same seat, he was sitting, meditating. Now he is in a deep meditation. After the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, he closed his eyes on the same seat and having a beautiful, very deep meditation. The Buddha. But still the night, it's still the evening, still the sun is rising, and the moon is rising and sun was setting because it was the evening, and that moment this happens. We will talk about that from today, from that moment. If I share my screen, homage to the Supreme Buddha. Okay, Hemavata Sutta in Sutta Nipata. Hemavata Sutta. What was going on in Hemavata Sutta? First, I will give the chance to read to Hiru.
The story of the Yakkas, Satyagraha, and Hemavata.
Yes, Satyagraha and Hemavata. Satyagraha and Hemavata. Yakkas, again, Yakkas are demons. We will talk about that later. Yes.
Satyagraha and his friend Hemavata were two Yakkas. They had both been senior monks in the time of Kassapa Buddha's dispensation. One was an expert in the Dharma, and the other was an expert in the discipline, both with 500 pupils, to whom they respectfully taught Dhamma and discipline.
Sadhu, sadhu. So who are Satyagraha and Hemavata again? They became Bhantes, they became monks in the Kashyapa Supreme Buddha's dispensation. How was the lifespan there, Dinodaham?
Sansa, is the lifespan 5,000 to
5,000. Anyone else? Good try.
20,000 years?
20,000 years. They lived 20,000 years. And then they practiced virtues for 20,000 years in the Kashyapa Supreme Buddha's dispensation. Anyways, they became Yakkas, the Bhantes. We will go ahead. This chance is to Aga.
Thank you, Bante. But they had been guilty of a wrong judgment about Dhamma and discipline. Even though they have practiced virtue for 20,000 years in the Kassapa Buddha's dispensation, they were born after their lives as Yakkas marshals. The senior monk was born in the middle country of India as a Yakka marshal of the Satta mountain. He came to be known as Satyagraha. His 500 pupils were born as his Yakka retinue.
Sadhu Sadhu. Who was Satyagraha? One of the senior monks in the dispensation, Kashyapa. He became a Yakka. This is a picture of a Yakka, but this is not Satyagraha. If you have visited the Sambuddha Raja Mahaligawa, the mansion in Polgahavale in Sri Lanka, this is a painting we have there, but this is Yakka Alavaka. So I gave this picture to have an idea about a Yakka. It's not he is not a human being. He's not a divine being. Anyways, he's a powerful being. You see that the teeth, he looks like a little dangerous. Huh? He's a yakka. Okay. They became yakkas. Satyagraha in the mountain Sata became Satyagraha, and he had 500 pupils in the dispensation as monks. They became yakkas too, as his retinue. And what happened to Hemavata? With me.
Himawata was born in Himawata Mountain in the forest of Himalaya. So he was known as Hemawata. His 500 pupils were born as his Yakka routine.
Retinue. Sadhu, sadhu. Retinue is the followers, okay? Yakka followers. So what happened to Hemavata? Hemavata is Himavata or Himalayas. You see the picture, the beautiful picture of Himalayas? He became, maybe his mansion was on the mountain. That's why he was called Hemavata, because of Himavata or Himalayas. Okay. Now these are two friends, Yakka friends. What was the name? Were the names of two Yakkas? Satyagraha and Hemavata. Satyagraha and Hemavata. Now they have 1,000 pupils, 1,000 followers, Yakkas, all became Yakkas. We'll see what happened next. Maybe Hero will get the chance to read the next chapter. Okay, Hero, are you ready?
That's our answer. They recognize each other at the Yakka assembly in the Bhagalavati and promise to inform each other if in their lives they came across anything of interest. When the Buddha preached his first sermon, Satyagraha was present in the assembly. But because he was constantly looking about to see if Hemavata was there, he could not concentrate his mind on the Buddha's teaching. When the sun set and the Buddha was still preaching, he went with the 500 of his followers to fetch Hemavata.
Sadhu, sadhu. See this picture, the Supreme Buddha is preaching the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. Now the Satyagraha is listening, but he is not actually listening because he was thinking about his friend Hemavata. He is so happy about the Buddha. Why? Because they have practiced the Dhamma in the Kashyapa Supreme Buddha's dispensation long ago. They were shocked that they were born as Yakkas. Even though they have practiced virtue, they have practiced Dhamma for a long period of time. That merit make them to become Yakkas after their lives. Okay? Now, the Satyagraha is going to invite Hemavata to come to see the Supreme Buddha. Asala, what about your reading?
At Rajabala in the sky, Satyagraha met Hemavata, who was on the way to invite him to go. Who was on the way to invite him to go see the Blessed One. The world was covered with such flowers, and it had never been seen before. Satyagraha explains that the reason for this miracle is the appearance of the Buddha in the world, and in answer to Hemavata's questions, declares the greatness of the Buddha.
Sadhu, sadhu. Very good reading. Pute, so they they are Yakkas, I said that, okay? And they have a meeting in the council, in the assembly called Bhagalavati. Maybe you have heard this word in Atanati Sutta. Bhagalavati, in the Bhagalavati council hall, all the Yakkas meet. It is in the Himalayas, okay? And then in that assembly, Satyagraha and Hemavata met one day. What was the name of the council hall? Bhagalavati. And they met each other. And then they were talking, if you see anything interesting, please let me know. Which is like, if you hear about a Supreme Buddha one day, please let me know about that Supreme Buddha. We will go and listen to their Dhamma. They were discussing at the Bhagalavati Council Hall. So now Satyagraha got the opportunity to listen to the Supreme Buddha when he was preaching the first sermon. Now the Satyagraha wanted to invite Hemavata to come to the Supreme Buddha. Okay? Okay, and then Hemavata was also had something very interesting, because when the Supreme Buddha was preaching the first sermon, everywhere in the Himalayas started blooming the flowers. The flowers were blooming because of the Supreme Buddha, and Hemavata was curious about why everywhere is blooming, beautiful. The birds, flowers, trees are like not like before that was beautiful. Hemavata was curious. Now Hemavata was coming to Satyagraha to ask about this difference, because he did not come to listen to the first discourse. Okay, now Hemavata is coming to meet Satyagraha. Satyagraha is coming to Hemavata with their followers, 1,000 followers. You understand that? We'll see. Yenuki, what about your reading? The next chapter is for you.
Hemavata was satisfied from Satyagraha's description that the Buddha was really the awakened one. He decided to go to him with Satyagraha. Together they went with their followers to Isipatana in the middle watch of the night, and Hemavata questioned the Buddha about his teaching. Hemavata was, by nature, powerful and wise and filled with respect for the good, and the Buddha's marvelous exposition of the Dharma filled him with great joy.
Sadhu, sadhu. It's beautiful reading. You understand, okay? Okay, next. Now they are meeting each other. Satyagraha and Hemavata, they were meeting each other in the sky. This chance goes to Chinuli De Silva.
My son Bhanse. Satagiri. Today, the full moon day of Esala, a night divine arrived. Come, let's go to the teacher Gautama, the sage of perfect name.
Sadhu, sadhu. The sage of perfect name. They invited. See the beautiful Asala full moon day. Asala, maybe Asala, you can see too. The full moon day. They were happy to see the Supreme Buddha. Okay. All right. Next chance is for Sedara. Then the Yakka Hemavata questioned the Satyagraha about the sage of the perfect name. Yes, Sedara. Maybe Chamudi.
My Swamin Wahanse. Hemavata, is the mind of such a one towards all beings compassionate. Within his power are his thoughts toward the wished and the unwished too.
Good. That was the question. And then Imasha and Shivan. Next. Satyagraha says.
The mind of such a one towards all beings is much compassionate. Within his power are his thoughts towards the wished and the unwished too.
Sadhu, sadhu. So Satyagraha, even though he had a very little time to see the Supreme Buddha, he recognized all the qualities of the Buddha. Yes, the mind of such a one towards all beings is much compassionate. The Buddha is the compassionate one. Do you understand the picture of on your screen? What was the incident about? What was the story? Anybody else to share the story, please? Buddha's compassion.
Is it Pukusati?
Pukusati?
This one.
It's not Pukusati. It's not. Anyone
Bhante,
else?
I know.
Yeah.
Is it when one Bhante was sick and other Bhantes didn't care about him and didn't help him when he was sick, and Bhante and Buddha said to the Bhantes, why didn't you help the Bhante when he is sick? And the Bhante said that the sick Bhante didn't help them other times. Then Buddha said, still you should help someone when they're sick. So Buddha was helping the sick Bhante with Ananda Bhante.
That's very good. What was the name of the Bhante who was sick? That was Putigatta Tissa. Okay, that Bhante was sick. And then the message from this story is the Buddha says, if you take care of a sick person, the good merit is similar when you take care of a Supreme Buddha. If you take care of a sick person, the good merit is similar that you collect good merit by taking care of the Supreme Buddha. Buddha is compassionate. That's what I wanted to share from this slide. Next chance goes to Devindu. Hemavata's question. Yeah.
Hemavata, is he the one?
Hemavata is so curious about the Buddha. He asked about the Supreme Buddha by the Satyagraha.
Okay. Hemavata, is he the one who does not steal? To beings he's restrained. Is he far from laziness? Does he neglect jhanas?
Sadhu, sadhu. Good. Now Hemavata's question is clear, right? He does not steal or restrain. He is lazy, or what does this word mean? Jhanas. Anyone else to explain about jhana? Maybe Linda. What is a jhana?
Bhante. Jhana is translated as absorption. Sometimes it's a state when you have already meditate when you are in a deep meditation state and your mind is really focused in one object, and then you will attain that jhana. And you know, the jhana has few factors. It's vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, and ekagata. So it's when your mind is really focused in one object, and then rapture arises in you, and then your mind is really one-pointed at that time.
Good.
Is that
That's
okay?
the jhana. Yes. Jhana is a level of deep concentration. Good. Very good explanation. Thank you. Okay. Now he was curious about the Buddha. He has this jhana, and then the answer was Dinara. If you're ready.
Satyagraha. He is the one who does not steal. To being he is restrained. Buddha is far from laziness. The Buddha does not neglect jhanas.
Sadhu, sadhu. So see Satyagraha was very good of observing the Supreme Buddha. He says, yes, he does not steal. The Buddha does not steal, and he is restrained. Buddha far from laziness. Buddha is far from laziness. He is not lazy, and he never neglect jhanas. Satyagraha answers. Maybe now they are in the sky. In the sky of of the city, discussing, meeting each other. Okay, Subodh, the beautiful discussion about the Supreme Buddha.
Hemavata, is he not one who falsely speaks? Does he use harsh or violent words? Does he speak derisively or a user of meaningless speech?
Sadhu, sadhu. What was this question? What are the 4 factors you see in this gatha, in this verse? This question goes to someone else who knows the answer.
Oh, sorry, Bante. Can I try again?
Yes.
Bante, is this Samawasya in the
Samawasya.
noble part, Bante?
Here are the 4 factors in Samawasya. What are the 4 factors in Samawasya? Linda, again.
Abstaining from lying, abstaining from harsh speech, abstaining from divisive speech, and abstaining from speaking idle chatter.
Idle chatter. So Hemavata was questioning about the Supreme Buddha Samavaccha. You see, is he not one who false speaks? Does he use harsh words or violent words? Or does he speak divisively or meaningless speeches? Okay, Minut and Kumit. We'll see the answer by Hemavata. He says this. Manut and Kumit. Yes.
He never lies nor uses harsh or violent words. He does not speak divisively, but he speaks wisely, meaningful words.
Sadhu, sadhu. So Satyagraha says, no, the Buddha never lies. Buddha never lies, or he never uses harsh words or violent words. He does not speak divisively or meaningless speeches. Or anyone else who knows the picture you see on the screen. You can share the story. Yes. Who is this, Pute?
Subodha.
Subodha, yeah.
This is when the Buddha was Buddha's parinirvana, and the person that came to ordain under the Buddha, to be the last person to ordain under the Buddha.
Who was that?
I don't remember his name, but he was the last person to ordain in the dispensation of the Buddha.
Anyone else who knows the name of this guy? He became Arahant.
Subhadra.
Subhadra. Sadhu, sadhu. Yes, Pute, continue. Subodha. Yes, Buddha never lies. He says the truth, and he preaches Dhamma at the moment, at the parinirvana. This is a beautiful picture. See, the Buddha looks so pleasant, and he is giving the fact from this dispensation. He becomes the last Arahant Bhante in the front of the Supreme Buddha, Subhadra. He never lies. Any questions, anyone else? Okay, we can continue the class. Next, Hemavata was curious about the Supreme Buddha, about his mind, or maybe does he have any defilements, desire, or lust or something? This goes to Sandesh.
Hemavata, does he desire sensual pleasures? Is his mind disturbed by unpleasant? Has he overcome delusion? Does he have the vision of Dhamma?
Okay, the answer was, so okay, again the picture, to explain the picture, someone else. Yes, Dehan.
The picture is when I think it's Mara's
Mara's daughters.
Yeah.
What are the names of Mara's daughters, Hiru?
Tanha Rati Rata.
What did they do?
They tried to entertain the Buddha.
Yes, but
the Buddha did not focus on that.
they did not do that. They could not do that because the Buddha does not desire sensual pleasures. That was the question of Hemavata. Okay, Dinudaham, you chance to read the next. I think this is the next one.
Satyagraha. He does not desire sensual pleasures. His mind is not disturbed by unpleasant. He has overcome delusion. The Buddha has the vision of Dhamma.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Anyone else to explain the story about the Supreme Buddha's sensual pleasures? He is free from sensual pleasures. He is free from desire, lust, defilements. Anyone else the story?
Gandhya?
That was Magandhya. Magandhya was really arrogant about her beauty. And then the Buddha said that it's not beautiful. You know the story. Okay, this was the answer from Satyagraha. Okay, we will see the next question from Hemavata. Diana, your chance. Hemavata questions again.
Hemavata, is he endowed with the true knowledge? Is he conduct perfect and pure? Are all the defilements destroyed in him? Is he not again to be born?
Okay, Hemavata is curious about the Supreme Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, beautiful reading. So his wisdom and his defilements, and he's supposed to be born again. Or he has eradicated the samsara. His question. We'll see the answer. Arjuna.
Anything, Sensei. Satyagraha. Indeed, he's endowed with true knowledge, and his conduct is perfect and pure. In him, all the defilements are destroyed. He is not again to be born.
He's not again to be born. Sadhu, sadhu. See, Satyagraha all of a sudden recognized everything about Supreme Buddha. Indeed, he is endowed with true knowledge. And his conduct is perfect and pure. In him, all the defilements are destroyed. He is not supposed to be reborn. Peter, what was the next chapter, next slide we have? Okay, still he's explaining about the Supreme Buddha.
The Buddha's mind is accomplished, and his actions and his ways of speech too. He has true knowledge and conduct. Rejoice in the Buddha's true qualities.
Rejoice in the Buddha's true qualities. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So be happy about the Supreme Buddha's qualities. Hemavata says. Hemavata says this to whom? Anybody else the answer?
Satyagraha.
To Satyagraha. Good. He is still explaining about the Supreme Buddha. Send on.
The Buddha's mind is accomplished, and his actions and his ways of speech. He has true knowledge and conduct. It's good that we go to see the Buddha Gautama.
It's sadhu, sadhu. It's good that we go to see the Supreme Buddha Gautama. Okay, he invites my friend, let's go to see the Supreme Buddha. His mind is accomplished, and actions and his ways of speeches are accomplished and beautiful and perfect. His true knowledge and conduct. Let's go, my friend. Oh, do you like the conversation about these two Yakkas? See, they are not human beings. They are not human beings. They are Yakkas. But they have met the Supreme Buddha, the Kashyapa Supreme Buddha. They know about the Supreme Buddha. But unfortunately, Even though they were virtuous, they were born in a bad world because they have done something wrong. See, this is the samsara. This is the cycle of birth and death. Anyways, they are very interested in the Supreme Buddha. They were talking about that too. Okay, we'll go ahead. Next chance goes to Chenuli.
His limbs are like of an antelope and slim. He is wise with no greed, having little food. Then he meditates alone in the woods. Come, let us go to see the Buddha Gautama.
Sadhu, sadhu. Do you understand this expression? His limbs are like of an antelope and slim. What is it? Do you know this, Senon? Slim and soft and then beautiful. Okay, antelope is a deer. Maybe you have seen, I don't have a picture of an antelope deer. Okay, anyways, that's slim and beautiful, and he eats a little. The Supreme Buddha eats a little because he knows the meaning of the food he eats, and he meditates in the wood. Come, my friend, let's go to see that supremely enlightened being. Next chance is to Dimal.
The Great One is like a lion who lives alone and know of desire or sensual pleasures. Let us go and ask him. You teach us the Dharma to escape from the snare of death.
Snare of death. We will go to ask the answer, the Dhamma from the Supreme Buddha to escape from the snare of death. Beautiful, huh? That was the invitation by Nitil, by Satyagraha to him. Okay, Nitil, how about your reading? Yeah. So, see, fortunate Kali at Kuraraghara house becomes scheme.
Kali sat by her window, cooling herself, heard this beautiful conversation of the two Yakkas. She heard the wonderful qualities of the Buddha being admired. She was so happy and her mind filled with devotion to the Buddha. Hence, she attained Sotapanna.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. See something really beautiful. Huh? The two Yakkas, they are not human beings. They were talking about the Supreme Buddha being in the sky. Kuraragara Kali. Kuraragara means Pute. Kurara is a bird. Maybe the Gurula in Sinhala. I don't know the English word though. It's a bird. That house was like the feathers of a kurara or that bird. See, I gave a picture for that to get an idea. That roof of that house she lived was like a bird, the feather of the bird. That's why that house was called Kurara Gara. Gara is the house actually. So she was listening to the conversation of two Yakkas. She's just listening the picture. What if you hear a conversation of two Yakkas? What do? Kemit, what do you do? Maybe you get scared, huh? You will scream, or two Yakkas are talking in the sky. Or maybe, Chamuti, what do? You ask your mom to come and listen? Sandesh, what do? You scream?
Hey, my opinion, Sandra.
Right. Me too. But she, Kali, she was listening to the conversation. The two Yakkas were talking about the Supreme Buddha's qualities. So she became so happy to listen. She did not get scared. She was listening and she was concentrating her mind, and she was fortunate to attain the first stage of the enlightenment, Sotapanna, stream entered. See, that was the time that we passed. The Supreme Buddha's time was amazing. Anyways, she becomes very, very, very fortunate. And not only that, she gets a she had a post also in the Supreme Buddha's dispensation. The next chance to read to Senon Colon.
Monks, the foremost of my female lay followers, among those whose faith has arisen from mere listening, is Kali, the lay follower of Kuraragara.
Kuraragara Kali is foremost of the in the dispensation in this among the female lay disciples, among those whose faith had arisen from mere listening, just listening. She became faithful. She became faithful for mere listening. She was foremost. She was the greatest one in the dispensation. Just listening to the conversation, she was faithful and she understood the Dharma. What was the name of her again? Kamit? I want you to remember this name. Kali. Kuraragara Kali. Okay. Now, Satyagraha and Hemavata, they had a beautiful conversation about the Supreme Buddha being in the sky. Kali was listening and they are coming with their followers to the Supreme Buddha to Isipatana Migadaya, the deer park. Next chance of their question to Vismit.
O the preacher of the Dhamma, clarifying it too, the one who has transcended all phenomena, all fear and hatred you've utterly overcome. Both of us asked Buddha Gautama.
Sadhu, sadhu. That was the question. They had a deep question. All fear and hatred you have utterly overcome. Both of us as the Supreme Buddha the question. The next chance is again to Linda.
Yes, Bhante.
Yes, that was Hemavata's question.
Yes.
Deep question.
In what has the world arisen? With what do the beings of the world associate? What indeed the world grasps? Why do these world beings suffer?
Sadhu, sadhu. There are many questions, 4 questions actually. Do you know the answer, Linda? Okay, we'll see. The Buddha.
Not all of them.
Yeah, we'll see. Dinara, your chance.
Buddha, with 6, the world has arisen. With 6, the world being associate. The world is indeed attached to 6, so the world beings suffer by 6.
Very good. The Buddha's answer is really deep and clear. Why? With 6, the world has arisen. This world was created by these 6. What are these 6 actually? This question goes to Arjuna. What are these 6? So Linda?
Yes, Bhante. I think it's our 6 sense bases, Bhante.
6 sense bases. What are the 6 sense bases? Aga.
It's our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind.
Very good. With these 6, the world has arisen. See, the question, the answer of the Supreme Buddha is really wise. With 6, the world beings associate. What do we associate? These 6, the eye, nose, tongue, ear, and everything. The world is indeed attached to these 6. We are attached to the eye, we are attached to the ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. So the world suffer, the world beings suffer by these 6. We suffer by the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. That was the answer. Someone else.
I'm sorry to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Can I read?
Sure.
Hemorrhoid. What is this grasping, by which the world beings suffer? When we asked about this, please do explain to us how to be free from suffering.
How to be free from suffering. Sadhu sadhu. What is the Dhamma you preach to escape from suffering? The answer is really clear. This goes to, again, to Hiru.
Buddha. These 5 sensual pleasures in the world, with the mind as 6, having let go of all desire for those, the world can be free from suffering.
Sadhu, sadhu. See the Buddha's answer. These 5 sensual pleasures in the world. What are the 5 sensual pleasures? The forms we see with our eyes, the sounds we hear, the smells, the taste, the tangibles, and with the mind as 6, having let go of all desire for these. When we have this attachment, the desire for craving, whatever, letting go of that craving, the world can be free from suffering. Do you understand that? Okay, Dinu Daham, I didn't hear you for a long time.
Here, my sons.
Buddha still explains.
This is that the world is leading up. It is as it is. I declare to you, and this to you I do explain. Be free from suffering in this way.
This is that the world is leading out. It is as it is, I declare to you, which is like the self. It as it is means the reality, understand the reality of this world. And this to you I do explain. Be free from suffering in this way. It is as it is means like we should understand the things as they really are, the nature of this world, the nature of the eye, the nature of the ear, the nature of the nose, the nature of the forms we see, the nature of the sounds we hear, the impermanence of everything. It is the reality as they are, as they really are. We should understand. That was a deep answer anyways, okay? Manut, you're reading next. Again, Hemavata questions the Supreme Buddha. Manut, are you listening?
Here who goes across the flood, who goes across the sea, without standing point or support, here who does not sink in the deep.
Sadhu, sadhu. Here, who goes across the flood? Who can cross over the flood? Who goes across the sea without standing point or support here? We have no any point to stand on the sea, okay? Who does not sink in the deep? Who can go beyond? The answer is to emerge, to read.
That person, ever virtuous, with wisdom and concentration, with mind turned inward, mindful, crosses that flood that's hard to cross.
Sadhu, sadhu. Buddha's answer is beautiful. The person ever virtuous, the virtue we need, with wisdom. We need the wisdom too, and the concentration in the mind. Turn inward, mindful, crosses the flood. That's how you want to cross the flood. Cross the samsara, the flood of samsara. That's hard to cross. The ocean of samsara. What is the way that you can cross over the samsara? Virtue, wisdom, concentration, mindfulness, and everything. Peter.
Detaching from thoughts of sense desire, overpassing all the attachments, and destroying all the delight, the arahant does not sink in the deep.
The Arahant does not sink in the deep. Sadhu, sadhu. Detaching from thoughts of desire, of sense desire, overpassing all the attachments. It's a deep conversation, deep answer from the Supreme Buddha. After Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, for Yakkas, 1,002 friends. Good. Maybe Nelit.
Okay, so the Yakka friends, Satyagraha and Hemavata with 1,000 Yakkas became stream entrance.
Good.
This incredible explanation of Dhamma by the Blessed One brought great fortune to the Yakkas, Satyagraha and Hemavata. By realizing the Four Noble Truths, they attained the realization of stream entry.
Sadhu, sadhu. They were really fortunate. They became stream entrant too after this second conversation of the Supreme Buddha, second discourse. Thank you for your reading. Okay, and then we have more, maybe if you have time, I get maybe a little more time, okay? Aga.
They understood as it really is, the impermanent as impermanent, what is suffering as suffering, and what is non-self as non-self. They, having looked at his friend, an assembly of 1,000 Yakkas, filled with rapture and joy, Hemavata praised the Blessed One with the following verses.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for your reading. So they understood the suffering. The picture you know about again, the Putigatatis Bhante is sick and the Buddha is taking care of him with Ananda Bhante. And suffering as suffering, they understood the Dhamma, Satyagraha, Hemavata, and 1,000 people, 1,000 Yakkas. Again to Linda. Hemavata is praising the Supreme Buddha. See the beautiful picture? The Buddha is coming.
Very beautiful.
Very.
Behold, the Rishi of deep wisdom, the seer of subtle meanings, without any defilements, unattached to sensual things, free in every way, proceeding along the divine pathway.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. The Buddha is treading on the divine pathway. Behold, look at the Supreme Buddha. Deep wisdom meanings, huh? Dinudaham again.
Behold, the Rishi of perfect reputation, the seer of subtle meanings, the giver of great wisdom to the world of beings, unattached to the sensual pleasures, all-knowing with deep wisdom, treading the path of the noble ones.
Treading the path of the noble ones. Sadhu, sadhu. Look at the Supreme Buddha, the beautiful Supreme Buddha. They were praising. Thinuli.
Amen, Swami Vahante. Today, indeed, we had a good sight, a good morning, a good arising, since we have seen the Buddha, the taintless one who has crossed the strong flood.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. They were praising the Supreme Buddha in a way. Today, indeed, we had a good sight. We too, right? We had a good sight of the Supreme Buddha today. Good arising, since we have seen the Supreme Buddha, the taintless one who has crossed the strong flood. Subodha.
These 1,000 Yakkas here, possessing psychic powers and fame, all of them go to you for refuge. Sir, the Blessed One, you are our teacher unsurpassed.
Sadhu, sadhu. Sir, the Blessed One, Swamini Bhagyavatana. So you are our teacher unsurpassed. Okay, they were praising. Chamudi.
Yes, Swami Nansa.
You're reading.
Okay. We will wander from village to village, from mountain to mountain, paying homage to the Buddha and to the excellence of the Dhamma.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So they promised the Supreme Buddha that they praised the Supreme Buddha. How? They were coming village to village. Even today, they are coming here to praise about the Supreme Buddha, to admire the Supreme Buddha, to support the people who go for refuge to the Supreme Buddha. The Yakkas, even though today they come, they help, they see, they rejoice in the good merit. They were coming from village to village to praise the Supreme Buddha. From mountain to mountain, even today they go, praising, singing the qualities of the Supreme Buddha. And the next chance is for everybody. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So today, taking maybe 1 or 2 minutes, I will get this chance too. The first thing goes to Hiru. What is the question? What is the answer? Hiru.
Satyagraha and Hemavata.
What are the names of the two Yakkas again?
Satyagraha and Hemavata.
Dinudaham. What was the dispensation? They became monk.
Kassapa Buddha's dispensation.
Sadhu, sadhu. Subodha, next question. How long was the lifespan during the time they were monks?
Silence was 20,000.
20,000 years. Next is for Mewan. Why did they become Yakkas? Dinara. Why?
Because of a bad marriage and because they taught the wrong Dhamma.
Because they had a bad judgment. They gave a bad answer for some judgment. That was the bad merit they collected. That's why they became Yakkas. Okay. And the next question goes to anyone else? Linda. How many
sorry,
people
Bante.
they
I
have?
think Satyagraha has 500 and Hemavata has 1,000, I think.
500 altogether?
Oh, and then 1,000.
All together 1,000, yes. Aga, your chance. What did the two Yakkas meet? Where did the two Yakkas meet first? The answer is very hard, I guess.
They met in the assembly hall.
Hall?
Yes, at the Himalaya mountain.
Okay, very good. The name of the hall is? Someone else.
Bhagavati.
Bhagalavati, very good. Bhagalavati Council Hall. Bhagalavati Council Hall is always open to Yakkas. Next question goes to Arjuna. Where did the two Yakkas have this conversation? Chamudi or Dinara? It's in Savatthi, in the sky. That was the answer. Okay. Next. Someone else, to someone else. Okay, Sandesh, your answer. What was the name of the opposite full moon day when they have this conversation? Sandesh.
Was it Asala Swaminathan?
Very good. The first Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta was preached on the same day. Next question is for Mewan. What is a jhana? Anyone else?
Jhana is a state when you are in a deep meditation, like you know what to do a deep meditation.
Good answer. Sadhu, sadhu. Next question is to again Sandesh. How are the limbs of the Blessed One? Someone else?
Long.
Long, yes. As it describes in the book
antelope.
first? Huh?
Like an antelope.
Like an antelope, yes. Okay. Slim. Beautiful, slim. Okay, next question is to Peter. Who was listening to the conversation of the two Yakkas?
Kali.
Kali. Very good. Good answer. Beautiful. Next question is to someone else. What happened to Kali by listening to the discussion?
She turned Sotapanna.
She became frightened?
Sotapanna. She became a Sotapanna.
Good. Very good. Good. Next question goes to someone else. What did they discuss in their conversation?
They discussed about the Buddha.
They discussed about the Buddha. Yes. Diana, your chance. What was the name of the house where Kali lived? It's hard. It's hard. Dehan. Hiru. Daham. Aga. Kuraragara. Very good. Very good. Kuraragara. It's good children. Next one. She became foremost in what? In the dispensation among the female lay disciples.
The nuns?
No, no, no. She didn't become a nun. Say the right. Okay, Hiru.
The one who can understand the Dhamma quickly.
No.
Sorry, was it
Yeah.
psychic powers?
Huh?
Psychic powers?
No, 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 no.
An answer. It's she became foremost in the lay disciples, female lay disciple.
Aga?
Is it a faith after listening to the Dhamma?
Right. The foremost in having faith by mere listening. Just listening, she became faithful. She became foremost in the dispensation. The Buddha said, good answer. Why do these world beings suffer, Linda? Hiru. Oh, yes, Linda.
The beings in the world suffer because they cling to the beautiful objects, the beautiful sounds, everything that's attracting through their six senses.
Beautiful answer. Vismit, your question. What was the enlightenment stage that the two Yakkas and retinue is the followers, attained? Arahant? Vismit? Dinudaham? Subodha? They didn't become Arahant. Hiru?
Stream entrance.
Stream entrance. Sotapanna. Next question. What did the Yakkas want to do after understanding the Dhamma? This question is for all, everyone. What did they want?
They wanted to go village to village, mountain to mountain, praising the qualities of the Supreme Buddha.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Beautiful. So may this wonderful good merit be dedicated to our teacher Bhante Luku Swamin Wahanse, and help. May this beautiful merit help him to understand the noble truths very soon. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May all the devas, including Satyagraha and Hemut and the followers, rejoice in the good merit. And may all the devas rejoice in the good merit and give their support to these good people to practice the good Dharma. Sadhu, sadhu. May all the Bhantes and nuns in the world be well, happy, and live long by the power of this merit, and get the opportunity to understand the noble truths in this Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu. May all of you be well, be happy, and live long. Your family, your teachers, friends, and everybody get the opportunity to understand the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Namo Buddhaya.